Welcome back. We are the Gnawing Root Biters, and today we'll be finishing up our tier list series on how fun we think the Spirit Island spirits are, aspects included.
All right, this has been over a month in the making, and we finally have reached the end. We have assembled the rough tier list, the rough placements of every spirit and every expansion and aspects as well. Yeah, the one thing about making these tier lists is you tend to get really cemented in your own opinions, and I mean, me and Ethan, we can go back and forth hearing each other's opinions, and hearing all your guys' opinions too has helped us look at things in a more reflective light. Let's begin with our mistakes. So, we're going to address some of our major changes, our opinions that we decided to go back on and reevaluate. Starting with some of the people that we put into D tier. We have been playing with some of these spirits that we ranked lower to see if they really deserved that placement. Ethan, you very passionately said that Volcano Looming High is someone you never want to play, and that's why it ended up in D tier. How do you feel about it now?
You know, after I said that, we felt obligated to play him, ironically enough, and I think I was a little harsh. I think that it's actually surprisingly easy to gain cards with his innate power, which actually smooths out his gameplay curve a lot. I think I was putting too much emphasis on the self-explosion and working around that. There's enough standard Spirit Island along with that gimmick to work with. I am happy with the low B or high C tier.
Alright, yeah, we'll bump him up to C tier, and I'll also be bumping up Relentless Gaze of the Sun to C tier because I was wrong about him as well. You see, I played a game, this time actually playing around my secondary aspect, or secondary innate power, and that made me realize the utility that Sun can provide if you go for it. And it's actually not that hard to go for. I think I was too blinded, pun intended, by the Sun in this judgment. So, yeah. Both Volcano Looming High and Relentless Gaze of the Sun, very aggressive spirits, but they still both offer something that can be replayed. Then there was Hearth Vigil, who I told Ethan that he needed to play a little bit more of, and when I saw him play, I realized something. I realized that I love playing around Dahan, and I'm biased when it comes to Dahan-centric spirits. And I realized that I actually put Hearth Vigil higher than he deserved, because Thunder Speaker exists. So, Hearth Vigil, also going to C tier.
The really sad part about Hearth Vigil, he's actually good. Like, he is strong.
Yeah.
I just don't want to play him.
Yeah, this is a fun tier list.
He just kind of wins. He makes Dahan too strong, in my opinion.
Yeah, which is why we play with the nerfed version of him, to make it interesting. Sunbright Whirlwind, I was too harsh. I had a fundamental problem with Scatter to the Winds. I thought that card was useless and antithetical to the objective of the game. But a lot of you, including Ethan, said, just play for major powers. It's a major power spirit. So I did. Turn 1, I forget that card, and I get a major power. And it's pretty fun, I gotta say. His passive provides a lot of power, and just getting those major powers early, I think he will still stay in C tier, just he'll be a little bit higher. So we'll keep that in mind.
I think that's fair.
Now the thing about Starlight Seeks Its Form is, my complaint was, I don't think that you could really play around majors. Turns out I was wrong. I tried playing a few solo games that were major power oriented, and I also saw some YouTube shorts online where Starlight did some crazy things with major powers and just hit the elemental thresholds like on the dot. I was like, oh yeah, no, okay, yeah, I was just straight up wrong. I was too used to watching Ethan play him, which is not major power oriented at all. But
for the record, I play minors only because I enjoy playing a lot of cards. But I knew in theory it was possible. I just very rarely did it in front of G.
Mm-hmm.
So
I argued that he deserved lower because of that, but I'm negating that. So he would actually be pretty high up, more than Fractured, probably like up here.
Yeah.
The last one that was just a straight up like mistake on our parts was Wounded Waters Bleeding. Ethan brought up a really good criticism with the spirit and the way that you choose your alignment, but it turned out it was kind of incorrect.
Yeah, I
Like, it
may or
is
may not.
correct, but like not in the way that he thought it was. And
Yeah, I thought it was you just pick the alignment because you feel like picking it. I didn't realize there was the restriction that you had to play that card or have that element in play, which
yeah,
actually makes it a lot more unique. When I ended up playing it and G pointed out the rules, like, oh, I goofed. He thought I was playing it up, but I very literally did not know. So,
yeah. Well, the
I think
thing
he
is, you
deserved.
weren't entirely incorrect because
Mhm.
the fact that you're able to balance it out on your growth with a water or an animal does kind of make it so you can just kind of swing in whatever direction you want. As long as you're not like, as long as you don't have a 2 element deficit, like you can go wherever. But
Yeah.
it's still there.
Regardless, I think he deserves the bump.
All right. How high of a bump? S tier?
I'm down for a low S tier. I think,
All right.
in retrospect, he does do a lot of things that are unique and fun. I was just biased because I didn't play him enough, honestly. And I see you played a lot, and I just didn't want to learn it.
Okay, I know this. I said this is the last one. This is the last one. Resilience for vital strength of the earth. We change this aspect a little bit when we play it usually. Like if we roll it on a random gain a spirit option, then what happens is the amount of health, quote unquote, is reduced to keep up with our house rule, which allows the Dahan to absorb damage from the Ravage. We played a game with resilience without our house rule, so rules as written. And rules as written, resilience is actually pretty good. You can buy yourself a few turns with it, and you can just have a sacred site in a land and just say, okay, I don't care what happens there.
Yeah, I think I prevented 3 or 4 blight from hitting the board, which to those who play at higher level know that's very impactful. Turns out we lost that game because we played a very, very bad spirit combo and we didn't play around it, but it still felt like we were getting to those later game points.
Yeah,
when
we were
should
both playing
not have
spirits
gotten
that were just way too slow, but that's besides the point. The aspect itself is good. So us saying that it's not fun because it's not good is not a valid point. However, because we play with our house rule, it is just lower because it's more fun for both of us to protect the Dahan instead of just protecting the land.
Yeah, that being said, I think it reframes the way you think of it, but only a little bit. I say it deserves C tier right below standard.
Honestly, I would say high D tier. If you think it's C tier, then we could.
I think it's okay. I think it's similar enough that they can go hand in hand, but I do think it's a little less fun.
Okay. Alright. So that was all the ones that we're walking it back on. Now, for the ones that we held up to a community vote. First off, Shroud of Silent Mist. Is she S tier or is she A tier? It was like pretty obvious. Most of you thought, yeah, she's an A tier spirit. She just has a lot of different things that you have to keep track of, and when you forget it, you're just actively nerfing yourself. So yeah, I understand that she's definitely probably going to be lower because of that. Although a lot of you did say that Stranded made her a lot more accessible and fun to play with, so we're going to keep Stranded up in S tier. I mean, to us, it's like basically the same thing, but for the sake of the vote, I think we'll keep it up there.
Sounds good. What else
and then
was voted on?
and then the other vote, Earthquakes versus Breath of Darkness Down Your Spine. This was actually a very close vote. It was 50-50. There were a lot of good points on either side. Earthquakes has that fantasy of just exploding turn after turn on a rhythm, and Darkness Breathes Down Your Spine has the fantasy of abducting invaders and just generating fear inside of this shadow realm. Ultimately, Breath of Darkness Down Your Spine takes it because of the fact his Incarna mobility gives him so much more replayability. That was like the deciding factor. Earthquakes, I argued that the places where you could target with their powers changes because you decide the land that the power targets when the card is finished impending, but it's not as fun as chaining a bunch of abducts across the island, you know, with the Darkness Down Your Spine. So ultimately,
for sure.
They're definitely side by side. The community voted really close on this one, so they're going to be side by side for the final list.
Okay. Side note, I felt like I just had a gender reveal, and it was a boy, and I really wanted a boy. That's what it felt like. Oh my god, that was awesome. I cut into the cake and it was darkness. Let's go.
I don't like chocolate cake.
Well, I do.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is all the major changes we wanted to make, the corrections. Now we'll actually get into the final ordering. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to start from the top. We're going to start at S tier and just sort of trickle down. And as we're going down from S tier, we're going to reorder everything and make sure that they are in their relative / positional ranking that makes sense for us. So,
Yep.
Starting off with... Here, let me zoom in, actually. This would be nice.
Yeah, let's just start off with the top row in general here.
Yeah.
I do... Okay, so my first gripe here, like, as much as we love darkness on this channel, I think it's up here a little too high because we're memeing on it a wee.
Yeah, it may have been rage bait for like the last 4 weeks.
It's not even bad rage bait because we actually believe it deserves to be up here.
Yeah.
But I do think it is below Earthquakes.
Yeah. And another thing is that objectively, Darkfire does introduce more cooler mechanics for Shadows to play with. So if anything, Darkfire does actually deserve to be above.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree.
So let's put...
Okay, I'd be down to swap them.
You'd be down to swap their positions?
Yep.
Okay.
Though I still think it should be lower.
Yeah, definitely lower, probably like here.
That looks good.
I think this is fine.
Do you think Intensify is too high?
No, I think Intensify is the most fun. And
Okay.
Finder isn't just fun to play, it's fun for other people to play around. So
That's true.
I think for the top 3, we just don't budge.
Me personally, moving on, I think Spreading Hostility goes down a peg, just a wee.
You think so?
Yeah, just a little bit. Like the playstyle is cool and it does something different, but dude, base version just so much more fun to me. Personally, me personally.
I actually like the Spreading Hostility a little bit more because it's more aggressive, but the identity is a little bit lost.
Just a wee.
Yeah.
But it is still up there. It's still deserving of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Fractured still deserves to be above for the same reason why Finder and Starlight are above. Like, I wanted to keep Starlight and Fractured next to each other, so...
I'm okay with this.
Let's do this, yeah. Base Shifting Memories is still really, really fun.
A Mentor.
Mentor is fun. It deserves to be lower than Base. But how much lower is the question. I think it is probably... Like, it's the best support in S tier. I think it deserves to go below... Probably below... Like, somewhere here.
Fire. Let's go before Fire, and then we'll order everything else.
Yeah.
Stranded
is definitely much, much lower. It's like the bottom of S tier.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think Tactician and Warrior are good here.
Tactician and Warrior are good here. Violence, I think, actually...
Goes up.
So, that reminds me. I actually flipped Tactician and Warrior. Warrior is the one that gives Thunder Speaker the Incarna. But I wanted the one with the Incarna to go above the other one.
Yeah,
so
let's trade it.
I
think that's appropriate.
That.
I think Violence.
And yeah, in a vacuum, Violence is above Tactician. Tactician, the whole point of Tactician is to let you proc your second innate better, more consistently, and also get card draw. Violence is just, hey, you can play double the amount of cards and just do that same thing and generate more fear. So yeah, this deserves to be here. Yeah, just a nice little alternation between Thunder Speaker and Bodan. Deeps
has to go higher, bro. Deeps has to go higher.
I think Deeps should go higher. So here's the thing. I've been thinking about this, and Deeps deserves to be higher than Wounded Waters.
Agreed.
But I think Wounded Waters deserves to be higher than Tactician. Like right here.
I'm good with that.
So if Wounded is here, where does Deeps go?
I actually think Deeps is above Mentor. At least.
Do you think it's above Darkfire? I think it's above Darkfire.
Yeah, it's above Darkfire. It's definitely above Darkfire.
Yeah. I honestly think Enticing and Stranded should be demoted to A tier. Just because...
A tier?
I think they just don't hold up to what Tactician provides, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I see it.
Like Tactician,
Let's do that.
yeah, because Thunder Speaker has the problem of you can only gain cards on your Reclaim. This fixes that, makes it more fun and more standardized with all the other spirits. So
Okay,
this is the absolute cutoff for S tier.
I'm cool with this. Okay, moving on to A tier. Let's switch to Stranded and Enticing. Off the bat, I think Stranded is better.
Okay.
It fixes so many problems. And then we have all the rivers here.
All the rivers. Yeah, yeah. So,
All the rivers.
so hold on. Shroud, base Shroud is probably less than Shadows.
Sure.
Travel, I think Travel's good where it is. Amorphous and Reach,
I think they're lower, man.
you think they're lower?
Just a wee. Like, I rather play base Bodan over both of those.
Okay. I kind of agree. I'd play Thunder Speaker over both of those.
Okay.
Which, that reminds me, yeah, Bodan or Thunder Speaker is, which one goes on top?
Oh. I would put this to a vote because we both probably disagree with each other, but we're on the final one.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm okay putting them next to each other because Thunder Speaker is kind of the queen of Dahan, and also we have a friend who names himself after this, so we'll keep it up here.
So yeah, Amorphous and Reach are definitely lower. Haven and Sunshine. We said that these are both supporty river, but in like different ways. Sunshine is pure energy, Haven is pure defense. I think Haven's probably better than Reach.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Sunshine is, I mean, I like giving energy to other players, but
I think it's okay.
That's kind of all it is, yeah. Still better than base river. Okay, Heart of the Wildfire and Serpent deserve to be like up here.
I'm down. Say less. You put Serpent up there, I'm good.
Okay.
That's more
and I'll put Heart of the Wildfire lower just because everyone in the community just hates Wildfire and loves Serpent for some reason.
Sure.
But I'm gonna rep him. Downpour.
Downpour is a hard one, man.
I think River's more fun than Downpour, dude. I learned that Downpour cannot repeat Gift of Abundance because Gift of Abundance is not a land targeting card. That was a mistake that we made in 2 videos that we played Downpour. And I'm not gonna lie, that combo no longer being something that we can do because it's illegal took out the coolness factor for me. Or it like dropped it down.
Off.
Yeah.
I put it at the bottom of A.
Bottom of A.
I'm
Yeah,
so
we'll keep it at the bottom of A because we'll keep it in A because it is still best spirit art of the game. Eyes Watch from the Trees.
I low-key think Mud is more fun. Mud's innate is really cool.
So I said Mud is a jack of all trades. I think by extension that just automatically gives him the pass to just be higher because you can do more with him.
Sure.
But Eyes Watch from the Trees is still the most fun defensive spirit in my opinion.
I would agree. I think Mud has a lot of cool mini games. That's why I put him above.
Speaking of mini games, Many Minds Move as one.
Many Minds is such a meme.
I think this spirit should go with Shroud of Silent Mist. They're both spirits that just have a lot of mobility. And also, we did order by expansion, so he's just lower because we did the expansion later. He deserves to be higher.
I think he should be above Shroud of Silent Mist.
I'm down. He's the one spirit that makes beasts actually fun to play with.
Alright. Lure is weird. Like, I don't know if I hate it or love it. Like, it depends on the day.
Yeah.
I think I'm cool to keep Lure here just because come the mid-game, the gameplay can get very awkward. You always get stuck in the state where you don't feel like you scaled enough, but you also can't greed.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Vengeance
I think Vengeance is above.
You think Vengeance is above?
Yeah. And you know I play Lure more, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I think Vengeance has a lot more variety in gameplay. Lure has one thing it does pretty well. Vengeance, you just controlling the disease alone is cool enough that I think it goes above.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult decision.
Okay, then we got the Nature Incarnate Spirits. I think both of these guys should be way higher. Like, this one...
Both?
Yeah. This one, again, same freedom of movement as these two spirits.
Okay, but below Bodan.
Below Bodan, I'm down.
That's above base
Oh, you mean
Bodan.
base Bodan? I thought... Okay,
I meant
okay.
base. Yeah.
Below Bodan. Okay. And then Emberide Behemoth just wins in fun every time. It's so much fun.
Yeah, he's low-key one of the top. I think below
I think he
Wild-
goes here.
I'm down.
He's a more noob-friendly, accessible version of Heart of the Wildfire.
Even for the veterans, he's fun. Just
Yeah.
me stomp and me kill. You can't kill something, go faster.
Yeah. Madness and Foreboding. So we agreed that these two were the lower aspects.
Yeah, keep it there for now.
Madness Madness and Wandering are kind of similar, but this is just like shadows with strife. So,
But it doesn't feel the same. Like, at least with Delirium, you have like the take mechanic, which is kind of cool and balanced. You have this Incarna playstyle. Madness kind of lacks on that, and it does the same thing. So I would go with Delirium every time.
I think Foreboding goes at the bottom.
Sure.
And Madness probably just stays where it is.
For now, yeah.
Sparking goes higher.
It needs to go up.
Needs to
Sparking
go
is
up.
so good.
I have a position. You're either going to agree with me or you're going to yell at me.
Go for it. Oh. Guess which one I'm gonna do? Gee, that's good. I had you in the first round.
Got me. And then in that same vein, I think Might goes with it as well.
Okay, Might has to go below though. Sparking is so fun.
Yeah, Might definitely below Lightning. I don't think it's below base Bodan or Thunder Speaker though.
Oh, you mean above? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It is not above. Okay.
Alright, that's A tier.
I'm cool with this.
Alright.
Alright.
Foreboding is in danger of being demoted to B tier, so we'll see.
We'll watch out for it.
Transforming and Locust. So yeah, these two, just like up here how these two have to be together, these two have to be together as well, because they're both support versions of these spirits that no one asked for. And don't feel fun to play, but feel fun to receive the gifts of. So
yeah,
I honestly think...
Locust gift is not that fun to receive, in my opinion.
It depends on the spirit that you're playing.
That's fair. I think it's okay. I think we'll work around these two. I think.
You think it should work around? Okay. So Immense, is it above or below?
Immense. This is more your expertise than mine, because Immense, you're very encouraged to play these major powers. I think above Locust.
It's above. That's what I was gonna say. It's above.
Above transforming?
Yes. Because transforming gives other people powers, but this one is just, hey, major powers. Take it.
Sure. Let me think. I think the community would really want transforming above. I think transforming's above.
As someone who's played transforming enough, I just can't. I can't. It's not.
As the person receiving transforming, it feels so
I know,
good,
but as the
always
person...
one element off. You're always one element off.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's
okay.
not.
We
can put Ocean in the middle. How about that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Where would you put Teeth?
I think these two deserve to be next to each other.
Agreed. And I think they're above Locust.
Okay, hear me out.
Yeah.
We swap Foreboding with Grinning Trickster.
Oh.
We put Grinning Trickster in B tier because we grew out of being that whole Agent of Chaos playstyle. But coming back to it, it's pretty fun still.
Every now and then, I will say, yeah.
You're not even, like... I thought about it, you're not even really, like, sabotaging the game for your allies that much. Like, I may have highlighted that that's what you were doing, but it's not necessarily the case if you're, like, actually trying to win. Okay. Meanwhile, Foreboding is just kind of... Yeah. Sure.
Okay, but I think Teeth and Heat have to go above Locust. I actually do not like Locust that much.
Okay. I'm down with this. I actually think... No, Devouring is objectively
Devouring
more
classic.
fun. Unconstrained, I think, should be higher, alongside Devouring Teeth.
Alongside Teeth.
Maybe in the middle here, but somewhere here.
Let's put it in the middle.
Okay. Lair can stay where it is. Stone's Unyielding Defiance also can stay where it is.
I think Stone goes up above Locust.
You really don't like Locust, huh?
I don't. I think Locust is overrated, man. Base is so much more fun.
Yeah.
But also, Stone has its perks. Like going top track is very cool when it's really applicable.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have fun when you play them. So.
Yeah, I have fun when I'm playing with a Locust.
How you feel about transforming is how I feel with Locust.
Yeah. So we'll just leave
Yes.
it.
You guys, look! You can target my Locust. Guys, look.
So here's the
I
thing
feel like
about
a beggar.
the only reason why transforming can stay where it is right now is because there are cards that exist that just nuke explorers. So
Yeah, that's true. And also, I think there's enough community sentiment that we can bias it forward even if we don't like it that much.
I mean, this is the Gnawing Root Biters tier list.
Yeah, and that's why it's in P tier.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where he stays.
Yeah. All right, and
I'm
then C and D tier. So C tier, Sunbright Whirlwind is at the top for sure. Wind, I think, is actually below Base Lightning, to be honest. Just because. No, wait. No, never mind. I was thinking of the wrong one.
No,
Wind stays
has
above.
to be above.
Wind stays
has to
above.
be.
Wind stays above.
I was
We got
getting
two
really
Wind
angry.
Spirits at the top of C so far.
Yep.
Pandemonium definitely is less than base Vital Strength of the Earth. Because of our biases with Resilience and our house rule, Resilience can kind of just be shoved aside for this.
Yeah.
Is Hearth Vigil more or less fun than Vital Strength of the Earth? Definitely,
Dude.
I think is more fun than Resilience.
Really? I would keep him below. At least Resilience does something cool. This guy just... He's too... I feel like I don't have to
They kind of
think
do the
when I
same
play
thing
him.
if you think about it. It's just Resilience is for the land, the Hearth Vigil is for the Dahan.
But I rather have the mini game of like, I play on the land to scale, and Hearth Vigil's like, oh, I play on the land to win the game. Like, there's no trade-off.
That's
It's
kind of
just strong.
fun. The trade-off is if you're in a land that doesn't have presence, but there's Dahan there, they're screwed.
Okay, but what is similar to Resilience? Not much. What is similar to
Towering
Hearth
Roots?
Vigil? Towering Roots. He doesn't really give like blight prevention. He actually gets screwed by blight. Resilience doesn't.
Wait, what? Don't Towering Roots is totally anti-blight. They have vitality.
That's true. Yeah, actually, yeah. And there's also the vitality, the vitality version of the spear anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
So
really don't like Pandemonium. The more I look at it, it's not good.
Yeah, they just added Strife to a spirit that didn't have it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll put it below Resilience, but Hearth Vigil goes in between.
Sure. He does have unique mechanics at least.
Sharp Fangs?
He's kind of OG. He's kind of OG. I think he needs to be higher.
He is more
Like-
fun than Vital Strength of the Earth.
I think he's more fun than Lightning Swift Strike.
Really?
Okay, 2 words. Reclaim Loop. You ever just like reclaim 3 turns in a row? Me neither, because I don't play Lightning.
4 words. Presence leaves the game. At least Lightning scales, you know?
I mean, he's not meant to scale. You know, like that's not the point of it.
Who, Lightning? Have you seen his
No,
innate?
sorry, not Lightning. Lightning is scaling. I'm talking about.
Yeah, Sharp Fangs doesn't scale, so in the end, you're just kind of turning into beasts to make up for that. It's...
But those first few turns actually feel very good.
Yeah, that's it. Only those first few turns.
Well, either way, I think Vital Strength of Earth is more fun than both of them.
The base version? No.
It's so funny how bad his damage card is.
But it's...
It's such a meme.
It's funny, but it's not fun, is the difference. So,
Alright.
like, I think...
Okay, at least put him above Sharp Fangs. Give him a little love.
Nah, we'll keep it right here.
No way. Alright.
Because, okay, here's the thing about Sharp Fangs. When your beasts actually do become relevant to the event, that's like, yes, finally! And that moment, that's fun right there.
Okay. I can live with that logic.
Okay.
Tangles.
Last... Tangles, just stay where it is, to be honest. These two need to move.
Volcano goes up.
Volcano goes up for sure. Do you think that these go like this?
I do. Arguably above wind.
Arguably above wind. I think sun. Relentless Gaze of the Sun is definitely more fun than Volcano.
Mhm.
Is Volcano more fun than Wind? I don't know. I don't know if it is, because Wind lets you be fast and it lets your ally be fast, and Volcano can be really fast, but only every like couple turns. I think that Sunbright Whirlwind is still the most fun above
I think
Relentless Gaze of the Sun.
I think the fact that wind prioritizes air so much, and you still have like the fire mode, kind of gives you more variety in games. You could pick which side you're leaning towards, which I think is really good. So yeah, wind stays on top. I think this is good for C tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I think D tier is pretty easy as well.
Hold up. Nourishing. For the worst aspect on the spirit is kind of the goat in D tier right now. You get to play the element game, at the very least.
He's okay. I will say he's the best aspect in D tier.
Yep.
So I will put him right here.
Okay, when was the last time you want to play spread?
Towering Roots goes above everyone in D tier for sure.
I agree.
Wait, is Tangles more fun than Towering Roots? I need to think about that.
Is it? No way. Towering Roots at least has the Incarna game.
Yeah, Towering Roots has the Incarna, and you can just make cities disappear at like Terra level 3.
Yeah.
I think Towering Roots gets upgraded.
Yeah, and I think Tangles gets downgraded below Nourishing.
No, Tangles is still C tier. Tangles is just the best way to play Spread Rampant Green.
Let me double check and make sure I know what I'm looking at.
It's Spread but with wilds.
Yeah, oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
Yes. The new power, the belligerent and aggressive crops, is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best way.
Um.
Okay, but are you sure Nourishing is below Spread?
Yeah, because Nourishing is because Spread, at least it's what little fun there is to have with Spread. You can at least prevent things from happening and have the fantasy of choking out the land. I don't think that Nourishing really gives you the fantasy of bringing life back to the lands. I think the most nourishing thing in Vital Strength of the Earth's kit is his power cards, not his innate power that they keep.
Okay,
you know.
Here's one thing you might be missing out on with Nourishing. Flourish with Nature Strength. After you gain a major power, gain a minor power.
Okay.
That's one of Vital Strength of the Earth's biggest weaknesses, per se, is the economy on the early game. So solving that at the cost of their 3 defense, and then getting a nice little power on top, I think that's pretty good.
I think that just completely dismantles his identity. I mean, aspects are supposed to do that, but I don't think that he's supposed to be someone who cheats his way into getting cards. He already has a presence track or presence option for each growth option there is. He doesn't need more cards as well. He has a growth option that gives him cards already. And not only that, there are cards in the game that have been in the game since the base game that give you cards, you know? Gift of Power.
Yeah, but it's not like you're getting those every game.
Not anymore
I'm happy
because
that's
of all
above
the cards
regrowth.
they added, but...
I'm very happy it's above regrowth, and I think I'm going to just keep it at that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that the argument is that, at the very least, base Spread still has the redeeming quality of being able to choke out the land. Like, the reason why these 3 are at the bottom of the bottom is just because they either don't really provide the fantasy that you're looking for, or they're just stupid. Like, I think this is stupid, I think this is stupid, I think this is stupid. Actually, I think this is less stupid than this. I think that's the most, stupid one.
I don't know, I don't mind playing Nourishing every now. Honestly, I think of all the things here, I would play Nourishing.
Yeah, so that's why it's above the rest, but...
Yeah, but I think it's a reasonable placement, all things considered.
One last pass, just... What have we got at the very top? Top 3? Not aspects, but spirits. Top 3 spirits. Finder, Starlight, Fractured.
Finder has to be at the top. I knew from the beginning Finder was going to be at the top, so I'm good with this.
And then bottom 3 are Spread of Rampant Green, Towering Roots, and Hearth Vigil.
That sounds pretty good.
Is Towering Roots above Hearth Vigil?
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh yeah, that's a snap call right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we just promoted it and said, yeah, it's above Tangles, but no, it's definitely above these as well. And I think what I'm most happy about is our 8-tier placements. Like, if you look at the distribution here, like, assuming that if we were to go the rest of our like time on this channel playing only S or A-tier spirits, like we'd have a good amount of variety. And then
yeah, I'd be more than happy with this.
Yeah. And our gripes with these aren't like, oh, we're never gonna play these. It's just like, we'll do it for the combo that we have planned for that week.
I think it's the thing about this game is that even if we quote unquote put something in D tier, we will likely eventually come back to it. let's be completely honest. Like, this game's variety is very strong. There's a reason most of the things are A and S tier, all because we rather play one spirit over another. Doesn't mean we wouldn't try to revisit at some point some of the lower tier spirits. Game is well designed enough. If we're not like tryharding and we just feel like, oh, today's a volcano day. It's a volcano day. We'll give it a shot. Shout out to Eric on this one. He cooked the Wii.
Yeah. And thank you to all of you who gave us all the amazing feedback on these videos. We're so happy to be here and just talk about this game that we both love and have been playing for years. And yeah, this was our...
And while we're here,
oh,
final thing, thank you guys for 100 subscribers. We just hit it recently at the time of recording this video.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the support.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And it lets us know that we're
doing something right.
Yeah. So that was our final list of our subjectively objective, fun tier list of all the spirits in Spirit Island. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.